friends. I am Alex. I am here to tell you about new ways of learning English. In the last video, I shared my journey of learning the English language. As you know, I traveled to New York and joined English language classes. I talked about my fantastic teacher and her amazing and useful techniques that helped all the students become proficient in English. Today, I will tell you more new techniques that I learned from my teacher. Chapter 1: Meeting Mr. Thompson. When I first arrived in New York, I was very nervous about learning English. I did not know anyone, and my English was not very good. But then I met Mr. Thompson, my English teacher. Mr. Thompson was very kind and patient. He always had a smile on his face and made us feel comfortable in class. "Good morning, everyone," Mr. Thompson would say every day. "Today, we're going to have fun while learning English." Mr. Thompson believed that learning should be enjoyable. He used games, songs, and stories to teach us new words and grammar. This made learning fun and exciting. Chapter 2: Improving Accent and Communication. One of the first things Mr. Thompson taught us was how to improve our accent and communication. On a Tuesday morning, he introduced us to a technique called shadowing. Shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker and repeat what they say, trying to match their accent and intonation. Mr. Thompson played a recording of a conversation between two native speakers. "Listen carefully and repeat after them," he said. "Try to copy their pronunciation and rhythm." At first, it was challenging, but with practice, we all got better. Our accents started to sound more natural, and our confidence grew. Chapter 3: Vocabulary Building with Flashcards. Another technique Mr. Thompson used was flashcards. He had a big box of flashcards with pictures and words. Each day, he would take out a few flashcards and show them to us. "Can anyone tell me what this is?" he asked, holding up a card with a picture of an apple. "Apple," we all shouted together. "That's right," Mr. Thompson said. "And what color is the apple?" "Red," we replied. Flashcards helped us learn new words quickly and remember them. We would practice with the flashcards in pairs, testing each other and having fun. Chapter 4: Learning through Stories. Mr. Thompson also used stories to teach us English. He would read us short stories and then ask us questions about them. One day, he read a story about a boy named Tim who got lost in the forest. The story was exciting and full of new words. "Why was Tim in the forest?" Mr. Thompson asked after finishing the story. "He was looking for his dog," one of the students answered. "Very good," Mr. Thompson said. "And how did Tim find his way back home?" "He followed the sound of the river," another student replied. Reading stories helped us understand context and improved our comprehension skills. It also made learning enjoyable and engaging. Chapter 5: Speaking Practice with Partners. To improve our speaking skills, Mr. Thompson paired us up and gave us topics to discuss. We would talk about our favorite movies, hobbies, or what we did over the weekend. "Find a partner and talk about your favorite food," Mr. Thompson instructed one day. I paired up with Maria, a student from Spain. "My favorite food is pizza," I said. "I love cheese and pepperoni. What about you?" "I like paella," Maria said. "It's a Spanish dish with rice, seafood, and vegetables." Speaking with partners helped us practice conversation and get used to speaking English in a natural way. It also made us more confident in using the language. Chapter 6: Writing Simple Sentences. Mr. Thompson also taught us how to write simple sentences. He would give us a topic, and we had to write a few sentences about it. "Today, write about your favorite animal," he said one day. I wrote, "My favorite animal is a dog. Dogs are friendly and loyal. I have a dog named Max. He likes to play in the park." Mr. Thompson checked our sentences and helped us correct any mistakes. Writing practice helped us improve our grammar and express our thoughts clearly. Chapter 7: Watching English Movies. One fun technique Mr. Thompson suggested was watching English movies with subtitles. He told us to choose movies we liked and watch them in English with English subtitles. Watching movies in English helps you hear how native speakers talk, he explained. It also helps you learn new words and phrases. I started watching my favorite movies in English. At first, it was hard to keep up with the fast speech, but over time, I got better. I learned many new words and how to use them in sentences. Chapter 8, Using English in Daily Life. Mr. Thompson encouraged us to use English in our daily lives as much as possible. He said that practicing English outside the classroom was just as important as learning inside. Try to think in English, he said. When you go shopping, name the items in English. When you cook, think about the steps in English. I followed his advice and started using English in my daily activities. I would talk to myself in English while cooking, shopping, and even while walking in the park. This constant practice helped me become more fluent and comfortable with the language. Chapter 9, Joining an English Club. To get more speaking practice, Mr. Thompson suggested joining an English club. An English club is a group of people who meet regularly to practice speaking English together. I joined an English club in my neighborhood. We met every Saturday and talked about different topics. We played word games, read stories, and even acted out small plays. The English Club was a great place to make new friends and practice speaking in a relaxed environment. It helped me improve my speaking skills and gain more confidence. Chapter 10, Online Resources. Mr. Thompson also introduced us to various online resources for learning English. He recommended websites, apps, and videos that could help us practice at home. Use technology to your advantage, he said. There are many great tools online that can help you learn English. I started using a language learning app that had games, quizzes, and interactive lessons. I also watched videos on YouTube that taught English grammar and vocabulary. These online resources made learning English more fun and convenient. Chapter 11, Reading Books. Another technique Mr. Thompson encouraged was reading books in English. He told us to start with simple books and gradually move to more complex ones. Reading books helps you learn new words and understand sentence structure, he said. It also improves your comprehension skills. I borrowed a simple English book from the library and started reading a few pages every day. As I read, I would write down any new words and look up their meanings. This helped me expand my vocabulary and improve my reading skills. Chapter 12, Keeping a Journal. Mr. Thompson suggested keeping a journal in English. He said that writing about our daily experiences would help us practice writing and express our thoughts clearly. Write a few sentences about your day before you go to bed, he advised. It's a great way to practice your writing skills. I started keeping a journal and wrote about my day, my feelings, and my experiences. This daily practice helped me improve my writing and made me more comfortable expressing myself in English. Chapter 13, Practicing Pronunciation. Mr. Thompson also emphasized the importance of practicing pronunciation. He introduced us to tongue twisters, which are fun and challenging sentences that help improve pronunciation. Try saying this tongue twister 5 times fast, he said with a smile. She sells seashells by the seashore. We all tried saying the tongue twister and laughed at our mistakes. Practicing tongue twisters helped us improve our pronunciation and made learning more enjoyable. Chapter 14, Participating in Class. Mr. Thompson encouraged us to participate actively in class. He said that asking questions and taking part in discussions would help us learn better. Don't be afraid to speak up, he said. The more you participate, the more you will learn. I started raising my hand to answer questions and sharing my thoughts during class discussions. This active participation helped me understand the lessons better and boosted my confidence. Chapter 15, Learning Idioms. One day, Mr. Thompson introduced us to idioms, which are expressions that have a meaning different from the literal meaning of the words. Learning idioms is fun and helps you sound more like a native speaker, he said. For example, it's raining cats and dogs means it's raining very hard. We learned a new idiom every day and tried to use it in sentences. Learning idioms added a fun and interesting element to our language learning. Chapter 16, Practicing Listening Skills. Mr. Thompson also emphasized the importance of practicing listening skills. He played recordings of conversations, news, and stories, and asked us to listen carefully and answer questions. Listening practice helps you understand spoken English better, he said. It also improves your pronunciation and intonation. I started listening to English podcasts and audiobooks in my free time. This regular listening practice helped me improve my comprehension and become more comfortable with the language. Chapter 17, Celebrating Progress. Mr. Thompson believed in celebrating our progress, no matter how small. He would praise us for our efforts and achievements, which motivated us to keep learning. Every step forward is a success, he said. Be proud of your progress and keep pushing yourself. We celebrated our milestones, like learning a certain number of new words or completing a challenging exercise. This positive reinforcement kept us motivated and made learning more enjoyable. Chapter 18, Building Confidence. Mr. Thompson's teaching methods helped us build confidence in our English skills. He encouraged us to believe in ourselves and not be afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning, he said. Don't be afraid to make them, learn from them, and keep going. With his support and encouragement, we all became more confident in using English. We were no longer afraid to speak, read, write, or listen in English. Conclusion. In conclusion, my journey of learning English in New York with Mr. Thompson was an amazing experience. His creative and effective techniques helped us improve our English skills and gain confidence. By using games, stories, flashcards, speaking practice, and many other methods, he made learning fun and engaging. I hope my story inspires you to explore new ways of learning and to never give up on your language learning journey. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and enjoy the process. Happy learning! Thank you for taking the time to watch and listen. Your support means the world to me. Creating content is a labor of love, and knowing that it resonates with you makes it all worthwhile. Every view, every listen, every moment you spend engaging with my work is deeply appreciated.